I know it's been a really long time since you've probably seen all three of us right here together at the desk, right? But we are back, and I know a lot of you have been following us and with everything that's been going on lately with Good Things DC and with all three of us. But if you haven't, one of the reasons that we haven't been live in a little bit is just because everything has really been back to back to back. But before we get into that, we want to start off by wishing everybody out there, every mom, a beautiful and happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I
Happy
miss
Mother's
you.
Day, Mom, Grandma, all the ladies out there.
Mrs. Soden.
I know. All the people, especially like
Our
mommy.
happy birthday. I'm like, it's happy birthday to my mother-in-law on Mother's Day.
happy
So
birthday,
that's like
Susan.
too special.
Oh, happy birthday,
Yeah.
Susan Rushlow. And, you know, it is really a special day. And actually, I have to happy birthday to my big cousin, William Triplett Sr. It is his birthday today. And also want to celebrate him. He is a honored police officer and does a lot for the community out in St. Louis. And today is his birthday. He was actually supposed to start his turn up on Friday, but was delayed.
That's got to be the hardest birthday ever. If you're a guy and your birthday is on Mother's Day, I'm so...
Well, you know what?
His birthday was yesterday.
Yes,
I became
Jace.
a mother on Mother's Day.
Yes, yes. Yeah, Jace, her oldest, turned
Yeah.
10?
9.
9. I'm giving him extra year. Sorry, Jace.
Well,
Last year in single digits.
I was just going to say, but he acts like a little adult.
He
so
is. That's probably why. He's
Yeah.
very mature. But his birthday was yesterday, so
Yeah.
he has all of that. But yeah, William had on Friday, he was planning to go out with his guys. He has a really close-knit group that they've been together since high school, and I went to high school with all of them. I was like the baby cousin there, so I had like no dates, but it's okay. I was the only girl there too. But it's okay. But there was a kid that had came into the to the precinct and had nowhere to go, didn't have one, so he took care of them for the evening. So shout out to you and all you do. I know you've been doing it for a long time, and
We appreciate you.
yes, and all of you out there that do what you need to do to take care of all of us. So we thank you for that, and we thank all the moms. And happy Mother's Day to your wife, my big cousin Miss Heather Triplett as well, who is also an RN, and we had Nurses Day this last week.
Yes, we did.
Yes, so much going on. But to update you on everything, so you guys probably haven't seen this one here in a minute, but you have seen us talk about her. And probably the last time we saw you actually, and we had you at the desk, we were preparing for Mrs. DC 2018. And if you've been living under a rock, then you probably don't know, but she won.
Yeah.
Mrs. DC America 2018. It's our boo.
Yes. So we have her on loan for a little bit now. I mean, kind of. Well, we're going to get
Now
her
the
in.
real work begins.
Now the real stuff begins. So we're working some things around, but we have some exciting things coming up very soon.
Yes.
We will be here in the studio over the next few weeks, and then we're going to take a short little summer break, which we always do.
Yes.
But I think you're going to like what we're going to have when we come back from that summer break. So
No, and I just want to say, to everyone, if I'm not here, I'm definitely here in spirit. And know that when you watch my Facebook Lives, please tune into that, because if I can't make it here during the studio because I have something else that I have to do for Mrs. DC America, please watch my lives so I can still keep up with you.
And we're going to talk about those a little bit later on, because we started a new Facebook Live series with Good Things DC this week. I don't want to get into it yet, but we're going to talk about it real quick later on in the segment. But and then we also have a lot of things coming up. These two are going to be speaking at 2 events that are coming up in the next few weeks. I'll be at an event.
Speaking at one as well.
Yes, and so we'll go over those dates and exactly what they are in a little bit. But we have a lot to get to. We have a special guest coming today, and we're going to talk with her after the first segment, and her name is Andromeda Peters. And if you guys don't know who she is the current Miss Virginia United States 2018. She's also a phenomenal woman, and she's got an amazing initiative and platform and foundation that she is asked to come and talk to us about, and I really want all of you to know about it, because it is really all about self-love, how to get it, how to support people who maybe need a little bit of help with it. And
everyone needs a little bit of help with it.
yes, and especially with lifting up women in the community so that they don't become kind of victim to that lack of self-love and self-confidence and things that can kind of attach themselves to that. So
it's the perfection rule.
Yeah, definitely.
It's when I was talking. Maybe I was talking about it on my Facebook Live, just about how I don't strive for perfection anymore because it's a rabbit hole that you can't get out of.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because we're going to talk a little bit about because that's actually a little bit of a habit that is really like something that we all do, but it's a habit we need to break. And I think we're going to talk about that a little bit in our first segment after the break, which is going to be talking about things that we probably need to check ourselves with a little bit.
And those old bad habits.
Just a little bit. But we're going to get to all of that. It is Sunday, May 13th. It is Mother's Day. And Good Things will be right back. Welcome back to Good Things, and we are so happy to have you join us, and we're so happy to be back here. We're right here at our home at WLVS Radio in DC and the Listen Vision Recording Studios, and we haven't been here in a while, but we're back, and we want to kind of get back to our core of some of the things that we love to do. We like to do a lot of stuff, but at the heart of Good Things DC, one of the things that we really always want to make sure that we're doing is giving you some information that are really even tips, I guess.
Yeah, we want to give you good things. We want to help you. We want every time you watch the show for you to come away feeling better or having something that you didn't have before that's going to make life
make you grow, make it better.
Or your day better.
Yeah, that's part of our pledge to you. And we also feel like it's part of our responsibility.
That's my cousin.
It's something we're always working towards.
Hey, cousin.
We had a visitor just walk in the studio. And
we love when we have visitors
face,
walk
and she was like,
well, I was like, does Jay need to talk to her?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Well, welcome. All right, but we have a few tips that we want to talk to you about. Leah, you are really good. And I think sometimes, like, Britt and I turn to you because I think a lot, you have embodied, like, how to really
try and fix my faults on a regular basis.
But find things that you want to tackle.
Yes.
You know what? And make yourself better. And the hardest part is like starting.
I literally was just telling her, we rode together to the studio this morning. I was telling her, I'm like, oh my gosh, you are so disciplined.
Yeah.
And I feel like of the three of us, like she's mastered it.
Yeah.
I don't know I've mastered it. I just start over religiously. So if I mess up, I just start over and I try not to beat myself up about it because,
and that's a lesson right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're going to go into just a couple of maybe habits. If some of these resonate with you, you might want to,
jot them down,
take a couple of notes. We'll also make sure we put these on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on goodthingsdc.com, so you can always kind of go back and take a look and maybe read over some of the information that we share with you today. But we want to help you out, and I think you're the best person to start us off with this.
Kick us off.
Yeah. So I'm key with this one, giving yourself too much work. So there's that really, really easy word that none of us like to use, which is called no.
Yeah.
And you just, while
letters,
successful people
say.
are very busy, they also recognize and realize when they have to say no.
Right.
And it's not because they don't love you. It's not because they don't want to be involved in your organization or they don't want to be at your event, but they only have so much time within the day.
Yes.
And so they really have to have enough self-love for themselves to say, okay, that's it.
I can't do anymore.
Yeah.
And that, and the thing about that is that that is so hard to do.
It is.
It really
especially, and I
is.
think the busier you are, the harder it becomes to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's partly because you don't want to disappoint. You don't want to let that person, that organization, that individual, you don't want to let them down. But also I think we feel like we can do everything.
Absolutely.
And so then saying no is sort of like an admission of like,
but it's our issue, and that's what we have to
Right,
remember.
right.
So the person that we say no to will just go, okay, she's busy that day. But we're the ones that internalize.
we think it's like such a big
and
deal
stress
and
out.
such a disappointment.
And it's not. It's not. You know, it's actually, I think it is courteous.
Yeah.
Yes.
To an individual or group or an event or whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
That, you know what, if you are able to take a look at what is on your plate right now and just really consciously recognize that this is probably not going to work.
Yes.
And you can consciously tell and let them know ahead of time, you know, this is just something I can't do, can't attend, can't be at. Most people take that just fine.
Because the reverse of that is you try to fit so much in, and then you realize like I'm overwhelmed, I'm overloaded,
And
I'm
I can't
double
do it.
booked, and
Well,
I can't.
you
And then you
resent the
avoid.
people.
Yes.
You avoid, and then you resent the people.
And then they resent you because either you just
You flaked.
don't show up, you flaked.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Or
it
you're
makes you look like
3
that.
hours late.
Right.
Yeah.
When it's
Yeah.
like I knew I couldn't do this 3 weeks ago. I should have
Right.
just said no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to be nice.
What else you got?
I was going to say, so my second one, which is huge for me, and it's really relevant right now because the busier I get with everything, the phone technology. My husband will be trying to have a
Phone,
conversation with me,
iPad,
and I'm
yes.
scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And half the time, sometimes I'm doing something relevant, but half the time I'm like, oh, look at that girl. That's cool. And it's just such a mindless thing. But what you don't realize is the more that you're on technology, not only does it affect your posture,
Yes.
not only does it affect your quality of life, because you don't even realize that subconsciously you're comparing your life to someone else's. Yep. So it's funny because I have a lot of girlfriends who make fun of me for my phone is always dead. Always. I mean, it's always on like 5% battery. But especially when I'm home, I let it die. And why?
Oh, yeah.
Because I know I have to go plug it in and go away from it.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sit next to the charger.
Well, you know, here's what I do. I kind of cheat a little bit. And so
You have one of those like really long chargers.
No.
That's what Brian does.
And he has an extra side charger and another extra side charger.
He accidentally took Syl's really long charger
Oh, no.
last time we were at your
I'm glad
house.
he did.
He
No,
brought it back.
no, but
but I
this
was
is-
like, was that strategic? 'Cause that is a really long charger. You can be all the way on the other side of the room and still
I'm
be
still charging.
checking Bitcoin.
We're not going to talk about
No.
Bitcoin. But no, I think what I honestly, once I'm home, and if everybody is home, and I say everybody meaning like I'm
husband.
there, husband's
Immediate
there,
family,
the kids
yeah.
are there. Really at night, if my phone dies, because I know Syl's phone is on, then I let it die.
He doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and anybody that I need or that is close enough to me to have, you know, obviously all of our numbers. I know Genesis's phone is on. She's 18.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah.
His
So if they
phone
can't
is
get to
on.
you,
They can
have
get
a-
to one of them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to do
Yep.
that. I mean, literally as a mom, because I'm like, if it's an emergency, they will skip me
They'll
and go to
find you.
Syl. They'll skip Syl and go to Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody will get in contact.
Yep.
You know, so that kind of is like my go-to. So a lot of times when Syl is like, "Hey, babe, you want your charger?" I'm like, "Eh."
Right.
And I have
the
had
same
to learn
way.
how to do that.
I'm
Well,
the same
the
way. When
thing-
I'm home with the husband and the kids, I'm like, who could be calling me?
Yeah.
Right.
This is one of my favorite quotes. It says, I must govern the technology, not be governed by it.
Amen.
So remember that.
Remember that.
Preach it. Live it.
There you go.
Well, I like one other thing you said too before we skip to the next one. You talked about like when you're scrolling subconsciously, you compare yourself to other people.
Yes.
Oh, look at her. Her husband's posting on Facebook how much she loves her.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, wow, look at her belly. She had 10 kids and I've only had 2. Like,
Right.
I need to start doing some different
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
My favorite is when I see, husband and wife that constantly post and then like the next day they're divorced and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I thought they had the best marriage ever.
Yeah.
And
No.
then,
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, you put on Facebook and Instagram and
It's your
Twitter.
highlight reel.
Yeah. You
It's
put
not your
the
real
best
life.
part of your life
And then
on
they
there.
put it together for you at the end of the year. Isn't that nice? Okay.
Yeah. Look at how
What
awesome.
do you,
I look
what do
that
you
big.
got?
So, this one is like very dear to my heart. It is something that I actively have to work on at home, at work, when I'm around my friends. It's not intentional, but I'm the type of person, my mind does not stop. So as I'm talking to you guys, like I'm probably thinking about like 5 different things,
Yeah.
but poor listening, like being inattentive and like people are trying to engage with you
Yeah.
and give you information and you're just not really there. I struggle with that.
Not in the moment.
Not in the moment.
Brett?
Yeah.
When
And-
I asked her 3 times how to get here to give me GPS
I was supposed to be on
today.
navigator duty. But so
I
I
missed the turn 4 times.
you do these things, right? And
Yes.
like you think that like, oh, you're getting over on people. Like it looks like I'm paying attention, but I'm really not. But like nobody knows. People know.
Yeah.
And it's disrespectful, and it doesn't make people feel good.
No, it doesn't. And the thing is that as you do it, you realize usually later.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, I missed something.
Shoot, I don't know what they talked about.
The
at
number
all.
one
Yeah.
victim of that, and bless his heart, is my husband.
Right.
Because now he's to the point where he can say like I told you that, and I can't question it because I'm like, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. I don't know.
You all have the reverse of our household.
I'm doing so much.
Right.
And it's like I
That
said,
you're
it's not intentional. So just you got to step away.
Yeah.
And I teach this. I try to practice this more so with my kids. I need to practice it everywhere. It's just like being attentive, being present.
Yeah.
That's important.
Well, I will tell you.
Sorry, guys.
And we have like a lot of these, and we're going to post them all. We're just giving you some tidbits here. One of my pet peeves, and I think that sometimes it crosses over because it does cross over into doing too much work, and it can also be. It's a good thing and a bad. It's kind of two-sided, but I hate to leave things unfinished. Now, that's a good thing to make sure that you follow through. And I think that it's about dissecting what you can finish versus what you know is going to take stages to finish. And that's what I've been trying to learn.
So the funny thing is you talk about leaving unfinished, and one of my biggest things is once I finish, I always want to move right on to the next thing. I never enjoy the goal that I had set out to reach.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I'm bored.
Yeah.
Right.
Jay's
now
like, you just worked for a year and a half to make that goal. You made that goal, and now you're
now what do you want to do?
Right.
And that's why I said it can be very catch-22, and I think it's just realizing that once you've taken on something or before you take on something, set that pathway. And also, I think it's probably a good idea is to also set at the end of that,
what's the intention?
What's the intention? What is the end goal and what is the end plan? And make sure that you're able to recognize that so that you can be happy about it once you've actually completed it.
Proper planning, and then taking time to be in the moment and celebrate success.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way.
Yeah. And it just takes a little bit, but it's so important. You know what? We're going to post all of these, but here are a couple of things I just want to leave you with because it just really stood out to me. And again, being good things, we always want you to feel uplifted and inspired. So 5 things to remind yourself daily. And I think we say this a lot. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So
affirmations are everything.
Can I do number 3?
You can. We're going to go right through them. So I'll start with number 1. You need to say this to yourself every single day, if not every hour. I am amazing. Okay? Write it down. Put it on your mirror. Doesn't matter. Put some Post-it notes up. But remember this and say it to yourself as often as possible.
Find a song you love that says it for you.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number 2, I can do anything.
And that you
Take
can.
the word can't out of your vocabulary.
Yes. No apostrophe T.
Nope.
This is a big one for me. Positivity is a choice. You have the choice to wake up and be a positive person. You have the choice to sit in traffic and look at it positively. Like, I have an awesome car and I'm alive and I get to sit in traffic and I'm on my way to this really cool place. Or
the other.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I celebrate my individuality.
Yes. Yes. And
That's
that's
a good
important.
one.
Yeah. And I think you guys know how we feel about that because we celebrate not
We're
only
all
ourselves,
Yeah.
but each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so celebrate your individuality as well as others. That's important.
And you do that, and it takes away from this desire to compare, like this person
Yes.
has this person has that, because comparison is the thief of happiness. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
you got to celebrate you and
Got
be
to
comfortable
celebrate
with you.
Yeah. And the last thing, just always keep in mind, and this kind of helps to wrap up, even going through some of these habits that we might want to change or look at or reevaluate. But remember that you are always prepared to succeed. You may not be where you want to be exactly right now, and you may have visions of being somewhere else or at a higher level or just something completely different. But you are made wonderfully. You are made perfectly, and you are made strong, and you are prepared to succeed. And no matter how bad things get, no matter how hard they are, know that you have that ability to get there, and you will get there.
Success may look differently than you think
Yep.
it will.
Right. And everyone's definition of that is different.
And everybody's path is different.
Amen.
Yes.
But keep climbing. You'll get there. Good Things will be right back. And when we come back, we are going to introduce you to Miss Virginia 2018, Miss Andromeda Peters. And we're going to talk to her. And we're going to learn everything that she's got going on. But most importantly, we're going to learn about her passion and her initiative, her foundation. And we're going to get you involved as soon as we get back. More good things to come.
Welcome back to Good Things DC. As you can tell, we have
a special
guest,
a very
special guest.
Well, we are sitting with Miss Andromeda Peters, and she is the current Miss Virginia United States 2018.
Woo, woo.
So congratulations!
Thanks for having me.
I have to say, it's really cool for me because I've actually seen this one kind of come up a little bit and grow up a little bit, and so it's really cool because I think you were in probably one of the first pageants I ever judged. And it's been a while. It's been a little while back. And so that's why I was like, one of the things I love to see is I love to see the young women who are, maybe teenagers or whatever, when they're, when I first see them and they're young girls and or maybe young adult women, coming up. And now they are full-fledged women and they got their own things going on and they're doing it phenomenally, which you are. And we're so happy to have you. Well, welcome.
So happy.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
We had to put the two queens together.
Hey, I need her good energy to rub off for Miss America. So she's just fresh off a win. I'm like, I'll take it.
So it's been really great. But welcome to Good Things, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And,
How does it feel?
Yeah.
So exciting. Yes. I know it's 2 weeks ago, but I still feel like it was just yesterday.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm still like gliding on cloud 9. So
And you don't have that much. So you head off to nationals like.
Yes, July
Soon.
2nd.
Okay, so July 2nd.
So
That's really soon.
Yeah.
Sorry, you don't get any time to eat.
Right. So it's like 7 weeks.
Yeah.
1 week.
Did you, so after you won, did you fall asleep in your sash and crown?
Yeah.
I didn't fall asleep in it, but I did take a picture before I went to sleep.
In the bed?
Yes. And I actually meant to upload that when I got that
Those
one.
are so cute. I love those pictures.
They're very cute. They're very cute. Well, one of the reasons that I wanted Andromeda to come on today, not, just in general, because, we just love supporting women doing their thing and taking care of not just the things that they do for themselves, but for the community, which is really what this is all about. And, at the end of the day, that is kind of the goal, is to make everything or the things that you care about and have passion for, have purpose and have meaning. And one of the things that Andromeda, and it's your platform as well, but it's also an initiative and foundation that you started. So I want you to tell us about it. So tell us about your platform and how that is basically, or how that has kind of catapulted into what you're doing now.
Of course, definitely. Well, for a living, I'm actually a psychotherapist.
Right.
I've been in the mental health field for 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I
even
pause
when
you?
I was putting myself in school,
What is a psychotherapist?
a psychotherapist.
Oh, psycho. I thought you said cycle. So in my mind, I'm thinking like cycling class. I'm like, what's a psychotherapist?
But tell us, because I think some of our listeners may not, and some of our viewers may
absolutely.
not
know what a
that is.
psychotherapist
So, yeah,
is.
please do.
So I provide therapy to individuals and to groups, mostly people who have been through trauma.
Okay.
So they come to my office, and I run a lot of groups that are centered around recovering from trauma, especially with women.
Right.
And one thing that I found was that outside of just providing therapy for a living, there are still so many mental health resources that are out there that a lot of the community doesn't know about.
Right.
And we feel like we have to put on this brave face and go through life on our own and just get through it, just push ourselves through it, and not realizing that it's perfectly okay to take a time out to talk to somebody like a therapist who's outside of your friend circle,
Right.
outside of your family.
Doesn't have that connection.
Right.
Yes.
Someone who's not here to judge you
Unbiased.
at all.
Right.
That's like ethics rule number 1.
Right.
So, and just to be that extra voice, to give you that validation and empowerment.
Yeah.
And I
How do
wanted
you
to,
handle kind of being someone else's sounding board on days when you may not be 1,000%?
Might need one yourself.
Well, part of my platform doesn't just focus on providing mental health education and awareness, but also prioritizing self-care.
Oh,
Yes.
good.
That is my
Love
number
that.
one.
Yes. And that is actually something that I think is, it's part of the whole, but I do think that sometimes we do need to kind of maybe break certain, things down a little bit.
We talk about self-care all the time.
Yes, and the need and really the fact that so many people just kind of it just goes over their head. They just completely.
Well, we live in a society, right, where it's not okay to say, I'm exhausted, I need a break.
Right. And be selfish.
Mental health
Right.
day.
Yes.
Yeah. and
Yeah.
it's
What
really
comes across
okay.
as selfish when you can't, it's not selfish to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others. Like
Right.
you can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. Glass always has to stay full
Yep.
so you can fill everybody else's
Yep.
glass. So,
Yeah. Well, and you have basically put this into obviously your therapy for women. You have your self-love therapy for women. You talked about, especially with women who have gone through traumatic situations or events in their life, and how were you able to basically transform basically what you do every day and what you you're walking in your purpose already. We know this. So, but to a different type of possible like kind of audience, because I think we look at like pageants and people who are in pageants, and I mean we know this as they must have it all together, because in order for them to have it all together, they can't be up there and look like this and do this and do that and do that. They don't need any
Big myth. Huge.
Right. Huge.
The biggest myth you've ever had.
But that's what people think.
Yeah.
So, how or have you been able to transfer that into kind of the pageant world so that people really have more of an awareness of that, this is a thing and that we need to be more aware of it?
I just tied into our day-to-day lives. My thought is that your mind is always with you.
Yes.
And you always have emotional needs. We go to a doctor for a checkup, and you can't ignore the mind either. And I just word it, mental health is just as important as your physical health.
If not more.
Right. Yeah. The two go hand in hand. You've got to be mentally strong to even fight any kind of physical ailments for that matter.
Yeah.
So just reminding people about little things that we can do for ourselves.
Right.
If you're not comfortable seeing a therapist, then make a list of different self-care choices and options that you have.
Yeah.
Make sure that every week you're doing things that make you feel whole, make you feel complete, even if it's 30 minutes of your day.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna have you back on, but we're gonna have you back on in like your expert. Not that you aren't right now, but I know I'm so serious.
Yes.
Because I do think this is kind of that next level of. We talk about this a lot and in different types of things, but I think it would be really great to have maybe. And you don't have to say yes now, but I think it would be really great.
You're on air.
Say yes.
So say yes now.
I'll say yes.
But to have some feedback, because I think there are people that might have questions about, should this be something I should do?
Dr. Andromeda.
Ooh, I like
Yeah.
that. That's nice.
And so, maybe kind of get that feedback, and they don't have to call in live or do anything. We can take their questions,
Yeah, we'll pull
via
questions.
via like our message board and things like that, and we'll definitely give that feedback, and because I think it's so important that people have an opportunity to either go. It's great if they have that, wherewithal to just go ahead and go and see someone. But there's so many people that are
look at,
maybe I shouldn't.
I think it's more prevalent in guys. I could be wrong,
Yes.
but they're supposed to be strong. They're supposed to be able to fight depression on their own. They're not supposed to be anxious, and it doesn't. I mean,
You're still
depression.
human.
Depression doesn't just pinpoint.
I think it's
they'll pick
definitely
anyone.
cultural and societal, because there are certain pockets where it's frowned upon to say things I just don't have it in me today.
Right.
Like you're
Right.
supposed to have
Just
you just
go.
do.
Yeah.
Or you saw your parents
Well, we
do and
suffer
your
as that is,
grandparents
I think,
do,
with
and
women as well. Kind of back to that, like what we talked about in segment 1 about doing too much, not knowing the word no, and then being overwhelmed to the point, like you said, if you don't have your mind, it's really hard to have anything else or to give anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
And each demographic has their own stigma.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the reality.
Yep.
Yep.
It's combating that stigma so people know that this is a safe place. This
Yep.
is a safe zone. This is your health.
Yeah.
And you're the driver's seat.
Yep.
So-
even like in social media, there's the hashtag like first world problems, but then you feel kind of stupid for having, you know what I mean?
For being upset about it.
It's real.
Yeah, no, it's true. Well, I am so happy that we got a chance to have you here. We're gonna have her
this was
back.
awesome.
I'm sorry, Terry.
We like
I'm just
you.
telling you, we're
You're
gonna have her
coming
back. And we are gonna
come back.
Well, and one thing that
I
we
love
have.
how we don't even just ask
We
our
don't,
guests.
no.
We just tell them like, you'll be back.
Yeah, that's it. Well, there's a person out there called Harley Morgan. He kind of understands.
Yo,
what
he
that
gets
is.
it.
He really does. Poor Harley.
He's going to
I'm
be
sorry.
back with us very soon. But, one of the things that I know I've been wanting to do and that we've been trying to plan, and I think it's going to be great for our summer series, which is going to kick off mid-June, is a roundtable discussion. And I think that I've been wanting to do this because, being able to focus and maybe talk about one topic for the entire time that we have and really get into it, I think would be so helpful and beneficial, not only to us and to our fans and our viewers, but, just anybody who wants to listen and be involved, even if they've never seen, good things before.
Yeah.
So, you guys, Andromeda Peters, now tell us where we can learn about you, find out about you, find you. Don't stalk her.
I mean, if you do stalk her, just make sure you do it appropriately.
Be cool about it.
Yeah.
Be open about it.
Right, there you go. My social media, Instagram at Andromeda Peters, and also my mental health page, which is daily support and affirmations at Self-Love Therapy.
Okay.
Also on Instagram.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter, Andromeda Zen _.
Ooh,
Love it.
Zen.
And also Facebook,
I like
Andromeda
that.
Peters.
All right, so I'm going
Yay.
to make sure that we get all of that information from her. We're going to put all of that up on the Facebook page, Instagram, that's you.
I got it.
and our Twitter, as well as on GoodThingsDC.com, so that you guys can reach out and, connect with her, because, we definitely want to support not only what you're doing,
Yes.
but we want to support her
You.
because you're just
Yeah.
phenomenal. And we can't wait to see all the things that you're going to do, because you've already done a
And
lot.
we can't wait to see you kill it.
Yes. So where is Nationals this year?
It's in Orlando, Florida, at the Omni Resort. Dates are July 3rd to July 7th. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So nice.
So over basically 4th of July.
Yeah, that
weekend,
week
or whatever. Okay.
Finals is July 7th. So
is it streamed?
It will be streamed. I don't have the link yet, but it will be streamed.
Okay, awesome.
So it starts July 7th, you said?
July 3rd.
July 7th finals. Yep, July 3rd.
Okay, 3rd to the 7th.
That's the week, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll put all that information up as well so you guys can check it out, and we'll follow up with, we're definitely going to follow up with you before then, if you have time. Or we'll wait until you're done with nationals, but we're going to make this happen. But
we could do like a workout. I mean, I'm sure she has to work out, so we'll just do like a workout Good Things. Yeah.
I'm up for anything, guys.
When you come to the Good Things stage, you end up doing things that you don't realize you're going to probably do.
Brett's going to call in sick on the workout day. $10.
No, she won't.
She can have my spot.
That's okay. Well, we'll have more Good Things when we return, and we're going to help you out a little bit, maybe maintain a little bit of that sanity in a little funny way. But Good Things will be right back in just a couple. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Good Things. So there's a few things going on in the DMV. Well, there's always something going on in the DMV. I was just going to say, yeah. I know, that's a lie. Yeah. Sorry. But we have a few things that we want to highlight that are coming up that we'd like for you guys to know about. And a couple of things that we hope that you're able to check into and attend. Mm-hmm. We've got some events that we are going to be at and speaking at. And
we things up in here.
Yes, lots of that.
Doing good things.
We're getting all out there, which we promised you we would this time around. But let's kick it off. So the first thing I want to talk about is, well, actually, you know what? I was going to talk about that. I'm going to take that a little bit out of date order. So I think I'm going to start with you. So you actually next weekend, next Saturday, are going to be speaking at the Vet Sports Gala, correct?
Yes.
All right. So if you there it is. Yeah.
There are still tickets available, I believe.
Okay.
But they will probably sell.
And that's going to be at the JW Marriott?
Yes.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about what Vet Sports is for people who may not know.
So obviously it's veterans.
Right.
And they're trying to get what's the word I'm looking for?
Integrated.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I told them I was so tired this morning I can't form sentences.
She was at Mrs. Maryland last night.
Yes. Congrats to the new Mrs. Maryland.
Congratulations.
She was amazing.
Yolanda.
Everybody did a great job though. So it's all about the vets being integrated back into society, and they do it with sports.
Yeah.
So it's
kind of like a community of I guess like people in the community kind of welcoming and bringing them in. So kind of a feeling of like normalcy, I guess.
And then the gala that you're attending that you'll be a guest speaker at, it's called the Vetspies, which is like a play on like the ESPYs from the other sports.
Yeah, so I'm more excited to meet so many incredible people, and I think anytime you get to hear a story from a veteran, I always cry because it just changes you because we don't realize the sacrifices that they make and the things that they have to go to, and all the while not being with their families and not being home. Yeah. That's a huge deal.
And the biggest, and the even more with this sport in particular, most of the veterans that are a part of vet sports are also have been injured in some sort of way, where it's in a life altering or change type of injury. So
that's the one great thing I feel like about the DMV. There's so many organizations that help injured vets and help vets reintegrate into society. I was at an appearance in Chantilly for. Now I'm not going to be able to remember the exact organization, but they gift vans and vehicles to vets that need those special disability vehicles. And I just bawled the whole time because, it's such a life-changing thing for them to be able to drive their kids to school, to be able to have that option.
It's something that is really important. So you can check that out. You can go to the website for Vet Sports. It's the Vet Sports Gala.
Yes.
And that will be taking place on Saturday, the 19th. Yep. If there are tickets available for that, I guess they can just go to vetsports.com or vetsports.org and find that out. And it's a really great event, and it's all for a really great cause.
Good cause.
Yeah. And so the weekend after that, if you've been following my Facebook, this personal or a little bit on GoodThings.com, I will be speaking at the second annual WEX DC, which is Women in Power Expo, and this is the second year that it's been in DC. They're bringing it back because it did so well last year. There was actually a highlight on Fox News about it, and the founder, the founder Alexa Carlin is just a phenomenal woman, and it is all about what it says. It is about empowering women to be who they want to be, do what they want to do. We have over 50 speakers that will be there, more than 11 panels that will be talking. It's an entire day, and it will be hosted at the Walter E. Convention Center in DC. And it is on the 26th, and it starts at 10 a.m. and goes to 5 p.m. And you have all sorts of vendors, women entrepreneurs, just everything. There's also a pitch contest, so kind of like Shark Tank.
How cool.
But for women entrepreneurs, and there's also one for teen girls that we also will do. And so it's a really, really great event. It also there is a VIP after party for networking afterwards. And so much to do. I personally will be speaking on the STEAM, or Women in STEAM panel, and we'll be tackling topics that are, really just around women breaking in or getting into STEAM careers. And
now, I know what STEAM means. I do, but just in case, like somebody's listening, they don't understand what STEAM stands for.
True. So people are probably more familiar with STEM.
Right.
STEAM has been basically derived from STEM, and it's basically with the addition of the arts. So it's science, technology, engineering, arts.
I'm so happy they put the arts back.
Yes. So all of that is included. So there is a panel of 4 of us, and we'll be speaking about mid to late afternoon. But there's so much to do there. So if you have time, all the VIP tickets are sold out, but there are general admission tickets still available, and you can find those at Women in Power X, just the letter X.com, and get that there. And then this one coming up in June is actually going to be a featured speaker and panelist at
I Manifest Bliss Experience.
Yes.
Look at how cute she is.
Very excited about that. So
hashtag for unicorns only.
Hashtag for unicorns only. This experience, I can say safely, it has been life-changing. So I'm a 2-time attendee of I Manifest Bliss Experiences, and so to be attending for the 3rd time as a speaker, I cried. I praised Jesus. I did a rain dance. I did a praise dance.
I know greatness when they see it.
I mean, yeah, you know. But yeah, I'm just very honored. So it's not a traditional networking event. It's really sitting in a room with people who want to get in touch with their soul purpose.
Right.
And about exploring the things that you need to shift and the things that you need to bring to the surface to really achieve that.
Like
and
what's standing in your way.
Like what's standing in your way, or just understanding that like you have what it takes.
Yes.
I mean, it's emotion. Everybody cries.
Yeah.
I cry all the time now.
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
My goal is to not cry as a speaker.
We're going to try to not do that. We're going to try at all of them.
Well, if you guys succeed, let me know.
Well, the couple of last things that I want to make sure everybody knows about as well is there is an event. It is the first annual spring fair for the County Christian School in Ashburn, Virginia. And they reached out to us and asked us if we could let everyone know, because they are actually opening it up to the public. And this is going to actually also take place next Sunday, May 19th. And it is going to be from 11 to 4 p.m. And their location is 21673 Bowmead Circle, number 600, and Ashburn, Virginia. But you could also just Google County Christian School in Ashburn, Virginia. And it promises to be a lot of fun.
Super easy to get to.
Super easy. Bring the kids out. It's for a really, really great cause. They're not too far from the Redskins practice facility.
Yep.
Yes.
And, it's just a way to do something out in the community that might be just a little bit different. It's right there at your fingertips. And there is not, I want to say there's not an entry fee. I'm not sure.
I don't think that there
But
is.
you can buy tickets and things like that for rides and games and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of fun. Try to get out there and bring your kids, bring yourselves, and just have fun with that. And then lastly, we just want to remind all of you to tune in to our new Facebook Live series that we kicked off last week called Great Thoughts by
GoodThings.
GoodThings.
Oh, man, I have great thoughts tomorrow. I better come up with those.
Oh, my God.
She always has great thoughts. But we want, for those of you who tuned in for this first week, we want to thank you because you've been so supportive. You've been watching. I think, collectively we're at about a little over 1,000 views for all of our videos so far. You're going to see... you'll see health and wellness related topics, mainly, but we always mix it up from Leah on Monday evenings at 7 p.m. And then Britt will be kind of focusing on everything lifestyle oriented. So whether it's your family, whether it's home, whether it's food, travel, tips.
They gave me open topics because they know how I do.
But she's going to help you make your life better every single day and help you get through whatever it is that might be blocking you. And she's going to be on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m.
Yep.
And then I'm just going to take the lazy day on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. And I'm going to be talking about some health or some beauty and fashion tips and things like that. And just making sure that everybody across the board, feels positive, not only about what they're doing, but about themselves. And that's what we're all doing. So tune in. Go to Good Things DC on Facebook Live, like us on Facebook, and then you'll get the notification when we're live.
And likewise, if you guys have any topics you really want us to discuss and you feel very strongly, please message us on Facebook and let us know.
Yes.
Because otherwise we'll have no idea.
Yeah. Well, I want to tell everybody, thank you so much for being a part of today's show, but we want to do something really, 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 really special real quick before we sign off. I'm going to ask Jay. Hey, Jay, there's a bag over on the chair over there that we want to give to this one right here because we missed her birthday.
She missed her
birthday. She missed her birthday. It's hidden under a...
I literally,
right there.
my birthday hasn't happened.
And you have to forgive me. It's not wrapped because I left it on the counter when I left the house this morning.
Didn't I just talk about not crying, you guys? Like, you just do things that make me cry all the time.
Well, her birthday was May 28th.
April
28th.
28th.
We're already
Like,
I'm sorry, it's May now. May's in my head. April
That's
28th.
okay.
So we still have to do a little celebration, but we wanted you to have just a little bit of a token about how much we
so
love you. And, you'll laugh because Jay was involved in this too.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to let her tell you real quick before we sign off what this is and why she loves them so much.
I mean, are these not the prettiest shoes ever? So Vera is a completely compassionate company, cruelty-free. So it's very difficult to find vegan shoes, not to mention very stylish vegan shoes.
Yes.
So
that have change-outs.
They do. They like come with accessories, tassels. And I'm looking for them because I don't know where they are.
I think, is this one wrapped up in
here?
Oh,
it might be, yes.
So
you can interchange out your accessories to these, which are fantastic. So this is the strap that goes around your ankle. And so there's different ones that you can wear with your different shoes, and
you can make them look
you can
all kind of different ways.
Different colors. There's tassels. There's oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with Vera's shoes. So
but what's so funny is the moment she said she liked them, we were like, okay. But then we knew she was going to go to Jay, her husband, and be like, honey, look at these shoes. So we're texting Jay. We're like, she's going to come to you and tell you that she wants to do. I was like, just make up something. Tell her she can't have them. I don't know. Just make it up. And so he was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I think it was maybe not even, was it an hour?
It was like 10 minutes later.
He was like, she just
like,
asked.
Yeah, exactly. We sent him the link and he's like, yeah, she came home and told me all about it.
She just opened her mouth about it. And we were like, he was like, I told her maybe after the pageant we can take a look at that. But happy birthday, baby.
Thank you.
We love you and we're so proud of you.
I'm so excited.
And we wanted to share this all with you. But thanks. And actually, I left them a little note. I left them a little note that I needed it like ASAP, and their customer service was amazing. And so they sent it over. So thank you, Vera, for getting that to us ASAP. And
definitely have to tag them in this video.
Yeah. And as soon as she puts these on her feet, we'll make sure that she takes a picture as well. But
shoe cam.
There you go. We got to start having that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys. We have so much that we want to continue to share with you. We will be back next week. But until then, check us out every week, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday morning on Facebook Live for Great Thoughts by Good Things. And then, of course, right here on WLVSradio.com for Good Things DC at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. But it's been a great show.
Been a good show. Nice
ride. Good.
Great week. And as always, we want to remind all of you to
love one another.
Always be kind.
And do good things. We'll see you later.
Bye.